Saturday afternoon football from Ballarat. The Crows taking on the top of the table Western Bulldogs. O'Brien and English to get things underway. Immediately Bontempelli caught, and he's not going anywhere.
A ground ball player.
And again with a hurried kick only as far as Smith. Has to drive it into the breeze. Norton in front position, coming back to provide support.
It's meterage it gets on the game, but the old traditional how many goals it's worth is in that range.
But Bontempelli got one high, gets the free kick. English
good
and Hugo Hagen really look good above his head.
Bulldogs.
4 goals this season. Has to start to the left and bring it back on the breeze. Starts it a little bit too much left. The breeze is not that strong. Free kick. Cleared Walker. And Shaki was good last week off half-back.
Strong start by the big Shaq. He read it best.
Doesn't really time the ball moving forward. Bruce again in front position. Liberatore runs onto the foot. He gets as close to goal as he can. Chips it home. Classy finish.
On replay, you look at the Bulldogs in terms of where they're sitting. It gets through to Liver and he breaks through with speed. So they're moving. They're not on their heels once the contest happens in the air. There's a good contest from Bruce, 2v1.
Yeah, Ben Keys was left ball watching and Liver was ball winning.
Goes with the one hand, not the gloved hand. Gets around cleverly. Pumps it inside 50. But Shaki, John O'Marks, well, it's amazing, isn't it? How when a change of position can just change a career in some instances. McHenry now towards Rowe. Tries to measure it down towards Tex, but he's caught behind. And again, it's Shaki. What a beautiful kick, that one. And now to Hugo Hagen. Dogs looking to run the ball again at every opportunity. Smith measures the ball to Waitman.
Geez, that was clever play. They really did well there, the Dogs. They ended up with a 2-on-1.
It's the Kangas earlier on in the season. Josh Bruce hooks it round the corner, enjoys it. Ball goes over the back somewhere. And the Dogs have got their second.
You're right with the Dogs and their movement off half-back on that occasion. Their run and through the wings and linking up by hands to connect to be able to again get at least some decent ball going inside forward 50. But
8th year at the Adelaide Crows. Tex applies a bit of body.
And 50 into the wind is always handy. So Bailey Williams, who's been a terrific player, good find for the Dogs.
Yeah, he's had a good first quarter as well. He's been their best player in this first quarter.
Looking for options. They come now. And then he just sets it up and it'll land right in the goal square. Hugo Hagen! Get excited, Dogs fan. The young man in front of the pack, and he's displayed good hands a couple of times already today.
Tim English had pushed down. So you had English, you had Bruce, Norton, and this bloke is as tall as any of them, but they elected to neglect him.
Snaps it truly. The Dogs get their third. Hugo Hagen with his first.
He was able to go back as we have a look at why the 50 metres was paid against Tex Walker there in the back of Bailey Williams. But it was the work rate of Hugo Hagen that got him in the position to mark the ball. And that's what we're starting to see a little bit more consistently from the key for the Bulldogs. It's just his work rate.
Good jump.
Loops a hand pass. McPherson has to think his way through it, just spilled it out there as quick as he could. Rourke Smith ducks, dives, lines up. Smith into the breeze. It holds, it holds, it holds. It's marked by Bruce. Something special in the square.
That's back to the 90s. The key forward taking a hanger in the square. How good is that?
He could be rolling in the 90s, takes hangers, kicks bags, long hair, and he's on the board for his second.
Josh?
You look at the extra stretch because the ball is flowing away from him. Love it. That is brilliant from Josh Bruce. Imagine if we had the goal line technology when Modra was taking the hangers that he used to in the goal square.
Smith, Schonberg, check sides it down the line. Oh, really well done. Standing in the hole was Daniel. Hugo Hagen dishes it off again to Dunkley, finds a little bit of space. Good smother by Jones. Applied the pressure when required. Hugo Hagen, oh, that's something special. Gives it to Hannon. Deserves a goal here. Johannesson sprints to the line. snaps the goal of the afternoon, and it was started with something special from Ugle-Hagan.
Came down to the ground. What was he actually doing?
Well, I think it was just more a communicational thing because of the conditions early on, Jared, but he was definitely wasn't overly thrilled with a couple of Aaron Norton's efforts, and he was on the ground at the time, so he quickly turned his head to recognise that the coach was there. But it's their ability, the Dogs, and they're controlling the stoppages now.
Liberatore loops it to Hannon, bangs it forward. Hunter's in position, used his body beautifully to protect the footy from Rowe. Got a short option on, and there is Norton on the lead.
Yeah, the pocket opened up really well for Norton to lead into. And
now in this team,
Norton tries to punch it. Breeze takes hold of it now.
He wasn't listening to your pre-game goal-kicking advice, Howie.
Not cool for this part of the world, but reasonably breezy. The Dogs have got the advantage of it. Bontempelli, Hunter, little step, pumps it forward. Out the back, though, is Norton, who's starting to look dangerous.
He timed that to absolute perfection.
The ball for here of Aaron Norton, so we'll see if he's been able to adjust things. He needs more strength in this kick.
From 45 out, Norton massages it home.
And we get a good look from behind here. Just slides into the front position. There he goes, takes the front position, outmanoeuvres his opponent, and just jumped and timed that one perfectly. Good kick too to the top of the square.
It was, and that's why he's become so...
Line, big fist from behind by Murray. Johannesson, perfect front and square. Puts it out in front of Norton, who's starting to exert his influence on the game now. Goes into McRae. He's got the legs if he's got the accuracy. Drives it home. Just misses. English, O'Brien, McRae does well to keep the ball in. Clever centering ball, Garcia. But the big man just floats across. Tim English having a real impact on the scoreboard as a ruckman come forward. Another one for the Dogs, 2 in a row.
That area, Jono, and it can change from month to month, those diagnoses, but whether it's a hernia or the osteitis pubis, who knows, but he can't really do what he's done all his career, and that's run hard.
Sloan, his hand pass cut off, back to Scott. And as far as Seedsman, though, now Smith. Hunter picks it off the boot. Perfectly done, goes inboard, gets to Ugle-Hagan out the back, surprised everybody. He's caught in a tackle. Was he slung? Was he held? He was. Against Murray.
Dangerous tackle.
The way they're having to kick the ball in high, they still need representation at ground level.
Ugle-Hagan kicked one in the first term. He's got one in the second, having a real impact.
Adelaide forwards are up higher. They're pushing back inside defensive 50, so it naturally just clutters up anyway. You can see there the fling on Ugle-Hagan without the footy wins the free kick.
So it wasn't a dangerous tackle. That's good because it didn't look that dangerous.
No.
It just didn't have the ball.
Murray was in close attention. Norton trying to keep the ball in. He's got some toe, does. The hand pass only goes to Murray. Ugle-Hagan sticks the tackle.
Oh, that would have been close. He would have been expecting a holding the ball decision there.
Received a handball, Jono. Team prior, he's gone.
Daniel bursts through the pack, steps through 3. What a finish that is, Caleb Daniel.
When be able to do that, we know the class user of the ball that he is, but just there to change the angle of the ball to get the snap on target. Excellent from Caleb Daniel.
Good player.
It's affecting the round of AFL football moving forward. Garcia. Left foot slider.
Well read. Well read. It's a really good kick.
For his first goal of the afternoon. Runs out to the right. Does well to send it that way against the breeze. But so it was the Dogs by 2 goals at quarter time. 4 goals to 1 for the term after Fogarty kicked the opener for the Crows.